Hi, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a simple haircut for all of you suffering out there during this quarantine. This is my client Jessica. Jessica has been growing her hair out for a while, but after being in solid isolation has decided to chop it all off. Prior to this video, we've had a quick consultation and we're thinking about 3 to 4 inches off, some layers, and definitely some fringe bangs. Let's do it. Jessica actually came in with washed hair, so we're just going to spray her down a little bit with some water. Water helps if anybody has curly hair or really wavy hair. It helps to get more accurate of a line. Making the hair a little bit more damp will help the cutting accuracy and smooth out any wave pattern working against you. Next, we section her hair in 3. So we're going to take this wide tooth comb. I'm just going to comb through the back. How we're going to section it is we are going to take our hand and put it right behind where her ear is. Putting your finger there, we're going to follow your comb down, comb that hair back, and comb the hair in your hand forward. If it helps, you can take a clip it out of the way. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, let's just go over this. We've got the left quadrant, the right quadrant, and the back. Then we are going to take an inch section from the back of the neck, or the nape, and we're going to clip that up. So prior to this video, Jessica decided that she wants about 3 to 4 inches off. 3 to 4 inches is probably not going to do a lot for us, so I think we're probably going to go a little higher than that. Okay, after deciding, we have agreed upon 6 inches. 6 inches is going to bring us about here, which is a decent haircut for how long her hair actually is. So we're first going to make our initial cut at 6 inches. Do your best to follow your shears with your comb as straight as a line as you can possibly get it. It's okay if it's not perfect. You can always go back, cut into it. We are just cutting straight across. Okay, now we got our guide. Now she's looking a little bit more normal again. We're going to take down another section, another inch. We're going to soak her just a little bit more, just for some accuracy. Her hair wants to curl up, like most people. So now we are going to look for our guide. We're going to comb the hair down, follow it. We're looking for our guide before we cut. By the top layer, you will see that you will have a very easy guide to follow. The hair will be almost see-through like this, and all you're doing is following your line. Be very careful not to cut to your second knuckle. You will cut yourself. And we've got a nice, thick, clean base. Now we are going to work towards the sides. Turn on and start on our left side first, just because I am a lefty and it's more dominant, so it'll be a good guide to follow for the other side. I'm just going to keep wetting her down. We want to keep her completely saturated through this whole haircut. And what we're going to start off by doing is we're going to take this whole side and direct it towards the back. Now, by cutting it all towards the back, you are going to keep this corner, and instead of rounding the haircut, you're going to keep some length in the front. This gives you that nice little bevel, that nice little fall to the front, the short to long. If you wanted to keep it, by all means. But we are not keeping that for Jessica. Now we're going to take sections upwards, bring all the hair down, and we're going to cut again straight. But now we have this corner here that we won't be cutting off if we pull it too far forward. It almost gives us like a safety net. Next section, down a little bit. Find our guide. Snip, snip, snip. Remember to comb. Always keep checking. Double checking is your friend. Pretty good. Jessica's seeming pretty happy. We're going to take our last section down. We're just going to follow the line we created with the first two. Notice how I am pulling these front hairs more towards the back rather than cutting them on top of her face. If I cut them on top of her face, I will be taking length off. Now for the other side. I'm going to turn Jessica to the front. One of my favorite things to do just to make sure that it's even is you take a little corner at the front of their forehead. A little bit here. You're going to pull that out completely over their face, all the way. And it's going to show you that there are some long pieces. See these long pieces right here? I'm going to go through and you want to chop them all off. This ensures that both sides are A, even, B, will lay right. Straight over. Look for any long pieces. And they're down. I'm going to do that on the other side. Here, put her head back up. And back up. We're going to re-section out for hair. In order to make sure that these sides are even, we can't take any hair from the back of the head. Because if you take hair from the back of the head, it won't really matter. It'll look shorter. And see where that hard line stops, and we're going to follow it. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side, section from before the ear. Pull a little bit in the front. Pretty even, if I do say so myself. Now we're going to add a little bit of layers once our simple one length haircut is completed. We're going to turn her around again. And we're again going to section out the front of the hair from the back of the hair, from the ears. Clip it off. And we are going to take a little tiny section in the middle to create our guide. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be in the middle. Okay, so now from here we decide where we want our layers to start. So I'm thinking that Jessica should probably have long layers that start probably about 1.5 inches from the weight line. So we're going to hold at that point, and we're going to pull these all the way up and remember where our line was. So right here, we're going to cut that off. Making a nice little straight line right there. See how this already falls as a nice little layer in the middle? And it's creating a little bit more texture in her hair. We're going to continue on each side and bring all of our hair up at that 45-degree angle and check out our guide. It's okay if hair falls, just comb it back up. We are over directing towards the middle to get that guideline. We are not cutting unless we see it. Over directing creates a balance between both sides and their layers. What's nice about long layers is that you can comb them down and you don't have to see the choppiness. So now we're going to go back through, take a little bit from the middle, make sure we've got that guide just right here. And we're going to take more off the back. Now that we did the top section, we're going to go back through to our middle, refind our guide, and grab a hair a little bit lower. We are now going to pull it out straight from where it grows, find our guide, and we are going to point cut in. Point cutting helps us create softness when adding texture. Doesn't put any harsh lines into layers. Take some on the left side. Straight out. Which is your guide? Point cut in. Don't worry about the very bottom yet. We have not gotten there. find your guide in the middle. Pull it a little lower, leaving out some of the bottom.
Super straight. Wait till you see that guide.
Now you're getting lots of texture in the bottom here. It's even starting to give her a nice little curl pattern. If you see that. Now we want to connect these top layers to this bottom layer because you see a little bit of disconnect down here. You get a section a little bit out in the middle. Now we are going to Nike swoop it down, and that will show you this little corner. What you want to do is you want to point cut it off. Blend your top layer to your bottom layer. Take the other side. I want to really over direct and kind of Nike swoop it down. You're going to see that little corner kind of coming out at the bottom. There you go. You're going to go through. You're going to trim it out. And that blends your top layer to your bottom layer. See this nice little wave pattern it has going in here, especially right there. And I'm going to take the other side. We're going to Nike swoop it down till we see that little triangle in the hair that we've created with the other layers. And that's all for the back. Shake it up a little bit, see how it's laying. Keep in mind in the beginning of this video, she had straight hair. We've created not only texture, but a little bit of bounce and waviness. So now we're gonna add our layers in the front too. It's getting a little dry, so you want to keep her saturated. Now how we're gonna do this is we're gonna take sections diagonally back, and we are going to look for our guide in the top section of her hair. We're going to pull it all the way back where we remember. And if you can see, these little tiny hairs start to pop out here. And they leave these long guys. Now the long guys are what you want to cut. Now because you have over-directed so far into the back, you are not only keeping length, but you are adding some body and movement into the front layers. I'll take it all back. Wait till you drop your piece. Even it out. Now she has cascading layers that fall from back to front. It's always good to keep tousling your client's hair so you can see where there's weight or if you need weight removal. Okay, we're gonna turn around. I'm gonna show you the other side. and wants to get some bangs and some fair fringe. Now to do that, we are going to section out another little small triangle at the front like I showed you before, except it's going to be a little bit bigger. Most people, Jessica doesn't, but have recession marks. Now a recession mark is where your head goes backwards. This would be my recession mark. Her recession mark probably starts about here. So I'm going to keep my finger there and I'm going to create a nice little triangle. She wants a pretty heavy bang, so I'm going to give it to her. I'm going to clip the rest of the hair back. Then we're going to look and see where our other recession is. Keep mindful where we started our triangle and connect the other side. Now we have all of this hair for a nice thick bang fringe. Just gotta clip everybody out of the side. Very important to keep the hair wet, especially doing the bangs, because they can go wrong so quickly. First thing we need to do is we need to decide where we want our bangs to lay. Jessica's thinking probably about like the bridge of her nose, right about her cheekbone, just to accentuate her face a little bit. So we're gonna say it's probably, for Jessica, she's got a smaller face, so we're gonna do it right underneath her nose, right above her top lip. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take all of this hair and we are gonna flatly twist it once. By doing so, we are gonna create more of a straighter bang and point cut up. For Jessica, she wants more of a face frame, so we're going to twist it one more time. Yes, that's 2 twists. Keep our fingers there, and we are going to point up. Much scarier than it is, I promise. That down. We're going to see how these pieces ever so nicely just kind of cup her face like that. She's pretty happy with it because she doesn't want super long bangs that she's going to have to grow out. But it's going to be nice because when we do go to style her, we'll have a nice little something around her face and her eyes. So now we're going to connect that with the rest of her haircut. So we're going to go through and find her part again, which is right in the middle. And we're going to section out the fronts again. This time, we are going to back. Clip it away. We are done. So now we want to connect these little short pieces with these long layers. So what we're going to do is we're going to get her part in again at the middle. And we are going to over direct each side over to the other. We're going to take all of this hair and we're going to over direct it over her face till we see our guide. And we are going to snip up. Kind of like you are drawing out that line with your eyes. It's okay to drop it and pick it up again. Pull it all over her face till we see that line again. And you're just going to cut up. Point cutting again this time. And we've just created a nice bevel for the front. going to take the other side and do the same thing, just going downwards. Got more hair. Don't cut until you see the guide fall. Around. These will be shorter than the rest so that the thick bangs blend into the back. Take the back out. Shake her out. I'll show you how. She's got these nice cascading layers in the front. This nice cascading layers on the side. Now we are going to blow dry Jessica and see what we have got. We're going to put a little bit of emollient gloss, and it's from Aveda. It is just a shine gloss. It's going to help me give her hair a little bit of moisture on the ends. So that's in there. I'm going to grab my blow dryer. We're just going to start rough drying first. And this is Jessica's final look. This is her nice Farrah Fawcett beveled side. Nice and blow dried. She's got these cute little fun bangs. They're gonna look so cute when she's wearing a ponytail. Then we've got this other side nicely blended. We've got long layers in the back, party in the front. And she is one happy client. She is ready for her catwalk. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for my next video.